Let's go now. Mike to 10. Lobo. 5. Here we go. Here we go. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Get a roll. West.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And Josh Hill has it. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you.
2nd and 3. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it. Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
54. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Now Kamara. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. 64. Weak. Safe. Watch out. Ready, go.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First down.
Down. 40 base. Check. 42's the mic. Come on, D.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Defense all day. 6 guy. Check 6 guy. Go.
Kamara. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 9 now. And brought in by the tight end Cook. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
He'll drop to throw. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
First down, Saints.
60 yards. I'm here all day. Single. I got a single in the slot.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
Incomplete.
That his first incompletion after a 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Bravo, you got nothing today. You got nothing.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Back to throw. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he finds Cook. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal.
I'm coming. Check 43.
Hey, 3, alert 3.
They'll run it with Kamara, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Makes the score Saints 7, Vikings nothing.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 24. To throw, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
From the contact.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
To throw once more on second and 10. Cousins. Now he steps away. Now he'll let it into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
14. Nothing to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Saints' 25-yard line.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
You gotta get Hey, high 7.
50 seconds.
Hey, can't. What is that?
On 2nd down, Cook. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
The ball carrier.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd.
Cousins to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards, good for his Saints' 1st down.
And the Saints.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here we go.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. That'll be complete to Cook. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Let's get off the field.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Let's bring it. 42's the mic. 42's the mic. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is Cook with a grab. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On second down, this is Madison. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Hey, Echo.
He runs.
Check the
Lucky 48. Wait, hot.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Alex Anzalone on the tackle.
tight, watch left.
4 yards on the pickup.
4 down,
Second and 6.
To throw on second and 6, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
218, chop.
They'll run it. Here's Cook, and he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Hey, 382, Liz. Wait, hot.
Here's Madison running on first down. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw on second down. Cousins. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's got some space here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline.
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. 30, 20, touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
Michael Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the play, not a good sign. Dalvin Cook staying on the ground. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Quaker Omaha. Ain't giving up nothing today.
Shift.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Cousins. It's caught. Smith. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. He's got Smith here. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
56, right there, 56.
Cousins now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Check tight. Check tight.
300.
Mike 56.
Cousins.
I got him.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
Leave it. Bring up 48.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Again, it's Cousins. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for Irv Smith Jr. Incomplete.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, an update from Buffalo and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Watch safety creep, watch safety creep.
Yellow, yellow.
Safety's creeping.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out, and this is picked up by the Saints. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over, yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Slant.
They run it again with Kamara. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Check. Watch 54.
Who's next? Here we go.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Let's go, defense.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Second down, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Slam, slam, slam.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
All day, baby, all day, all day, baby, all day.
Second and 6. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Josh Hill, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints take advantage of field position. Cash in.
Is good.